Welcome to the Truth and Nothing But the Truth. I'm George Thompson, and in this, our first and what I hope will be a series of many visits here at the Office Coach, I'm going to tell you why so many of those new patient opportunities coming through your front door are highly suspicious of what you're going to tell them. By the way, and contrary to the popular belief, those suspicions were born not by the AMA, but mostly by overly aggressive, arrogant, and often too hungry chiropractors that have listened to too many my way or the highway management consultants tell them how to do it. Now, what many of you are saying actually helps those prospects wrongly justify what's already been said about you by people that have never even met you. Most of those prospects that have never been to a chiropractor, or worse yet, experienced less than an ethical or positive relationship with another chiropractor, have been prepared to hear you tell them the following. Number one, that whatever their problem might be, have no fear, chiropractic can take care of it. Number two, in order to do so, however, they'll have to see you at least, 56 visits, and they're convinced that you'll be more interested in their finances than you are in their well-being. Well, we know that good chiropractic care solves a lot of problems. We both know that compliance to care is very helpful and that our delivery system is usually the most cost-effective available. However, it's important to remember that that prospect has to buy you as the messenger before they'll ever buy your message. And regardless of how deep your roots are in chiropractic philosophy or how charismatic you're convinced you are, unless you're akin to, say, Reggie Gold or BJ himself, you simply have not convinced that prospect yet. Now, make no mistake about it, like you, I believe in long-term recommendations, but I believe they are one heck of a lot more digestible by the prospective patient if they're made after you've been accepted as the messenger. By the way, I'll illustrate how to do that in an upcoming visit here on The Truth. Right now, however, I want to share with you dialogue I developed 15 years ago to address the credibility challenge on that first visit. How to start the process of selling yourself as the messenger to that prospect and making it a lot easier for that prospect to accept your message. It's called the credibility statement, and it's meant for use at the end of that initial visit with the prospective patient. Okay, here it is. Don't cut corners. Don't try to reinvent the process, as it works just fine as it is. It's honest, and when presented with sincerity, it'll work well for you for a long, long time. Now, here's the dialogue. Jim, one more thing before you go home. Tomorrow when you return, I'm going to know a few things. Number one, whether or not you're a candidate for care here in our office. And I want you to remember that we only accept patients that we feel can truly benefit from our care. If now, for any reason, we determine you should be seeing another health professional, with your permission, I'll be happy to refer you to that individual. It's also important for you to remember that if you are accepted as a patient, I'll never ask you to make visits to this office that aren't necessary. We'll never ask you to accept care that isn't necessary. And furthermore, we'll never ask you to spend money that isn't necessary, as we're as concerned with the cost of health care as you are. On the other hand, if you do become a patient, I want you to know that your commitment to getting well and not just out of pain is the single most important thing you can bring to the relationship at this time. Now, that's it. And what is also very important to remember here is that the prospective patient is going to leave your office sharing what you just said to them with others, and those people didn't hear it from you. They're disbelievers. You know, that husband, that beer-drinking boyfriend, whatever the case might be, they're likely to say, "I told you so." You see, the real obstacle to compliance is quite often that spouse or that significant other that hasn't met you and would rather have the money spent elsewhere. Therefore, you're going to have to do a good enough job that the prospective patient will stand up against those that would discourage them from continuing in care. Now, for a copy of this dialogue, just pick up the phone and give me a call at 951-501-9656. It works. I'll even give you a few more highly proven patient management techniques that you've never used before. All right, Among other things, in our next session, I'm going to let you in on why those long-term management consultant agreements are a bunch of bull. And by the way, if you feel our visits here are helpful, please invite a colleague to look us up. And don't forget to visit our products page here on this website for some really neat practice builders based in good communications. Now, keep turning on the power, and I'll see you in our next visit. I'm George Thompson, the office coach, and it's right here where you'll always hear the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.